evening, everybody, and welcome along to our championship finale day here on RaceSpot TV for this, the Next Level Racing iRX Championship. Pleasure to have you all along with us. Myself, Paul Smith, is joined this week by the voice of the stop line in the European Rally Championship. It is none other than Peter Mackay. You're fastest through the stage there, Peter.
Thank you very much, Paul. I think that's the first time I've heard that said to me, I guess, but thank you very much. Delighted to be here and to see one of the most exciting categories in motor racing here on the sim in the virtual Atlanta. What a fight we've got ahead of us tonight. I can't wait to get going.
Yeah, it's Atlanta Motor Speedway. We're on the long version of the rallycross course as we take a look at the calendar. We started all the way back in July, end of July, the height of summer, starting off there at Lucas Oil. Then Iowa and Sonoma. We had a little bit of a break between them and Daytona. Then a bigger break before we headed north of the border to Knockhill. Then it was Brands Hatch starting this triple header. Charlotte Motor Speedway was last week, and this week, as I say, at Atlanta Motor Speedway. If you're new to the series, here's how things are made up. We're going to be starting off with RX AM. So that means that all the drivers have got a fixed setup. They cannot change their cars at all, and these drivers have got a maximum of 3,500 I rating. Then later on this evening, we'll be heading over to RX Pro. Open setups, no I rating cap. The cream of the crop is right there. The format for tonight, we've got a 3-lap, 5-minute qualifying session, 5-lap heat races. If we need to have one, we'll have a 5-lap last chance qualifier, and then we finish off with a 10-lap feature race. And Peter, you said it, rallycross is one of the greatest forms of motorsport, and Klaus Kreutzer, it's a victory lap for him in the AM Championship.
Yeah, he can relax and enjoy his day out there with a commanding championship victory. Again, just go there and go for the feature win today. It's quite a nice feeling, I'm sure, for him. But in the pro category, oh my, it's a completely different picture. So tight.
Yeah, we'll get to pro a little bit later on. Drivers are just getting in the last few seconds of practice in here. Conditions nice and cool for the drivers out there, 22 degrees Celsius. My maths isn't quick enough to work that out in freedom units, so I'll keep it at Roman Catholic out there. But you can see that's pretty much the entirety of the circuit right there. It's compact, it's tight, but it's also quite a fast track as well, with some technical challenges, especially the donk slide, the big hairpin.
Yeah, very unique layout here at Atlanta, and that Joker is going to make a big difference in these tight battles that we're going to see for sure. But the thing as well with rallycross as well, so tricky to find the absolute limit and to get that right lap time, which in qualifying coming up is going to be important. Starting up the front of the grid in the heat is very important indeed.
Absolutely. So let's get our qualifying underway. A reminder to everyone, you can take the Joker on the first lap, because from the start you do actually go through the timing line, and so yeah, you do get to take the Joker on the first lap if you need to. But right now we're in qualifying, and Jeff Cartwright, main race winner last time out for Control Z, he is going to be having his first opportunity of setting a lap time here as they go flying through the quick chicane, right, left, slow it down a little bit for the long right-hander, keep it over to the right-hand side for this left at turn 4, and then you've got the famous hairpin. We've seen overtakes happen there through the years of rallycross on iRacing. Long sweeping left-hander, clips the inside wall there, not ideal for Jeff. Get it over to the left-hand side of the road, onto the brakes for the final 2 corners. 7 and then 8, up over the jump you'll go, and you'll set yourself a lap time. It is a quick, fast-paced form of motorsport here is rallycross, and it's a short lap, just 45 seconds.
Well, Jeff Cartwright there, a little bit of a scrappy lap, getting that little rub of the wall. Zachary Goddard now, number 29 machine, going to try and lay down a quick lap. First of the quick laps there, Eric Dubois, 45.124 in the 000 machine. Goddard, 45.578 though, goes to the top by 0.3 of a second.
Yeah, that's quite the run here. Here's your champion-elect, Klaus Kreuzer, in his Subaru number 77. He'll be changing that for a number 1 on the door. And then just look at how you have to just then slide the car through this turn 6, get on the power, and get it up to left-hand side. Hit the brakes, turn, carry the speed through 7 into 8, which is back onto the dirt. It's a really tricky course, this, actually, on the quiet, but it's one that produces some great action. Zachary Goddard still at the top of your timing. Across the line, 44.8 now for Klaus Kreuzer. It is an improvement in time, but not in place.
Really quick going into that opening chicane into top gear, down 1, and then try and thread it through. Of course, that's one of the great challenges rallycross is as well, is that, you know, the car has to be set up to work on the dirt, so it has a lot more suspension travel. But then when you get onto the hard pack stuff, onto the tarmac, the car is moving about all over the place, and trying to get it to corner, trying to balance that is really tricky.
And rallycross tyres, they're a compromise, aren't they, Peter? They've got tread pattern, but they're also almost like a semi-slick as well, to a degree, for the asphalt.
They are, yeah, that's the thing, is they've got to work, and they've got to switch on quickly too, because they're short, sharp races, and often the first couple of corners, the first lap or so, is so vital. You know, only a 5-lap heat, so you don't have time for the tyre not to get up to its into its operating window. And of course, it has to work in all different weather conditions. Luckily today, nice dry and warm weather conditions, so that's not a problem. But when it gets wet, it can get really tricky.
Buttons across the line then, up to 7th place for Renee in qualifying. Last few qualifying times coming in now. Alex Otero up into 4th place. Great lap there from Alex to get jumped up the field. We've got a big grid here actually in AM, 18 cars. So that's going to be 9 cars per heat race. So that's going to be interesting to see how we get on with those big grids. Remember, in each of the heat races, it is the top 2 who automatically qualify from those races into that main race, and then the rest will all head into last chance qualifiers to get us to a 12-car grid. So there's going to be 6 drivers who miss out on the main race here today, Peter, but qualifying, Zachary Goddard must be feeling very happy with himself.
He will, yeah, 0.142 of a second to the good over Jeff Cartwright, with Klaus Kreuzer, the champion-elect, already well clear. He qualifies in 3rd, so right up the sharp end as well.
Absolutely, and of course, Zachary Goddard, winner of our main race at Sonoma in AM Championship. So certainly great to see him doing well. Remember, just a quick reminder, thank you very much to Next Level Racing for supporting this season of the championship. And if you are in America and you want to save yourself a little bit of money, head on over to the US store, use the code RaceCraft for 5% off of all orders in the US store. That's for Next Level Racing. Right. Let's see how we get on there. Goddard and Kreuzer, you're at the front of the field with Thiel and Dubois, Germany and Lai rounding out your top 6. The last 3 drivers, Lunan, Anderson and Jimmy Randell, rounding out your 9-car grid. So it's going to be really advantage to the person who's got the inside line. The problem is here, the second row actually has a tighter line, so if you get a good launch from the second row of the grid here, you can really get a good launch and get yourself up towards, bully your way through into the front positions. But we're getting set then, the first of our heat races in RX AM. Drivers are all set, engine revs, rise!
Green flag.
And we're underway then. It's a good launch from the front row then for Zachary Goddard in towards that first turn. And Klaus Kreuzer holds on to second place. We've got 2 cars off. Joshua Germany is one of those drivers all the way down. And I believe Oyvind Anderson is the other one as they've come over the jump then. Any more falterers as we head into the first part of the lap? It's Goddard from Kreuzer from Thiel with Viergaard Olsen Lai rounding out your top 4.
Oh, a little bit of bargy there early on, but a great start from Zachary Goddard as already we got our first taker down the Joker as Trevor Teal. He wants to get on with it, wants to get a bit of clean air, try and get his head down, try and put some hot laps in there in that number. Well, it says 72, but it's obviously the 199 branding on there as well. Travis Pastrana branding, very appropriate with the Subaru. Pastrana flag in the background. Absolutely.
Trevor, of course, one of the people behind the scenes who help organise this championship. So it's Trevor Teal, Viergaard, Olsen-Lai and Eric Dubois are the three who have taken to the Joker. Now, if I'm Zachary Goddard, I'm torn between taking it immediately and responding immediately or going for it. Here's a replay though, Peter.
Yeah, it was really all about that getaway from Goddard, but the sole VW Beetle of Josh in Germany getting involved there in that early start there, unfortunately. A little bit further down the pack. Meanwhile, it's game on here between Klaus Kreutzer and Trevor Teal. Now, Kreutzer hasn't actually taken the Joker yet. He's already into the race lead. That's key.
Yeah, he has taken the Joker this lap. That's how he's been able to jump Trevor Teal. He had to immediately respond, didn't he? Because Teal was in third place and took the Joker immediately, he had to respond that second lap.
So where does Zachary Goddard fit in the mix then as well? Sitting in sixth. Right
there
now,
he
here
is.
He comes, and he's going to go. Oh, he's going to make it out just in time ahead of Klaus Kreutzer. So Goddard had to cover it off as well. And actually he's gained a couple of car lengths there.
Yeah, he has just pulled out that gap a little bit. So it's the battle for second place now. Last week, Klaus Kreutzer had issues in the heat race. Had to work hard in the main race to work his way up the field. So Kreutzer, he'll want to do it the easy way and make it through in this race. A little lock-up from Zachary Goddard. Three of these together, absolutely neck and neck here. And Goddard's run wide. He's run wide. Kreutzer and Teal are through.
Oh, huge error there from Zachary Goddard. He'll be kicking himself on the penultimate lap of this heat. Gives away what looked like a sure victory. Coming into the donk slide then, what happens? Oh, that's a strange one. Just got it all wrong and actually hit the wall. Very, very odd there, Paul.
I mean, that almost looked like there was a little bit of hardware failure or something in there. That didn't look right there, but maybe he just got his line wrong, and when he's pulled the handbrake, the steering was pointed the wrong way, and it sent him into the wall. But either way, Kreutzer and Teal, you don't need to ask them twice to be able to take advantage of a situation like that. Goddard looking very, very late apex there through the donk slide, through turn 5. But it's going to be Kreutzer and Teal unless they make a mistake through the final two corners. Goddard running wide out of turn number 6, so he's just taken the pressure off of these two, and they've just got to go over the jump. They've got to land it right. But Klaus Kreutzer, once again, a heat race winner here in RXAM. Trevor Teal gets him through to the main race. Everybody else to a last chance qualifier.
Fantastic stuff at the front of the field from Klaus Kreutzer. Played it patient, but you got to say that Zachary Goddard, he will be really, really reeling after that one.
Kreutzer, Teal through, Goddard, Lai, Dubois, Randell, Germany, and Anderson and Lunan all going to have to head to the last chance qualifier. A few more do actually qualify through that last chance qualifier, but they would rather do it in that first race. Well, heat number 2 then. It's the second heat of the evening. Cartwright, Otero front row, Johnson, Sutton's row 2, Garcia and Antonson row 3. Row 4 of Robichaud and Pasucci, with Hafstad rounding out your 9-car field. Drivers waiting patiently for the last couple of cars to grid up, and then we'll be all set for the second heat race. 2 heat races here today in RXAM. And we're all set then. Our front row is locked in and ready. Engine revs are rising.
Green.
It was a long hold, but they get going now, and it's Cartwright who gets a good launch. Looking down the inside is Greg Johnson. Through the middle, though, is the no control car of Renault Sutton's. Great launch from the second row of the grid up into the spots that will transferring through. And Terra with a car landing on top of him. That was Antonsen, who's going up and over.
Oh dear, got it all wrong over the jump there. Did Sander Antonsen in one of the very few Ford Fiestas amongst this slew of Subarus at the front of the field, and already a few takers for the Joker there as they come through the donk slide for the first time. So our first few takers, Greg Johnson, Kevin Garcia, Jake Robichaud going through there as well.
Sutton's had actually made it into the lead of this race, into the wall. Oh my goodness, that's Garcia, is it? It is. Kevin Garcia having an absolute nightmare. Remember, he's one of those drivers who's taken to the Joker lap on that opening lap, so that's pretty much written him out of going into the main race automatically. But it's Johnson and Robichaud who have taken the Joker. Here's a look at what happened to Antonsen.
Just got it a little bit wrong over the jump, took full throttle over it. There was a little bit of a check up ahead and he landed on the roof. And then Garcia, that's another strange one, just caught the inside wall, piked him around, and yeah, not only has that lost him a lot of time, but surely the car's got to be damaged as well. Just loses it, and round he goes.
Oh, live action, and Johnson, who took the Joker on the opening lap, has held on to the lead here. Sutton's though, and Cartwright, they've been swapping places as they both went through the Joker this time through. So it's going to be a fight for that second spot now here, Peter, between these two, and contact, front to rear contact. Oh, Renault Sutton's, he won't be happy about that.
Oh, now into the donk slide is Cartwright a little bit hot into there as Sutton's keeps a tight line, trying to protect his line. Meanwhile, Greg Johnson will be looking in the mirror and thinking, yes, that's it, chaps, you guys just have a good old dust up and I'll scamper off to this heat race win.
Yeah, he'll be delighted with that. But these two, they're going at it hammer and tongs here. Renault Sutton's very sideways through that last turn. Oh, there's contact over the jump. Cartwright's off to Cartwright. And Jake Robichaud now up into third place. Johnson's, Cartwright, sorry, a nightmare there. There's contact between the two of them before they take the jump. And that unsettles his car. And he's all sorts of out of control there.
Oh, that will be frustrating there for Jeff Cartwright. This got in a tangle. They came up towards the jump and Cartwright lost control. Sutton's kept going on and holds on to that second place for now. And it's a little bit of a get out of jail free for Kevin Garcia because he's now back up to fourth.
Wow, that's quite the recovery, isn't it, for Kevin Garcia? I think the front two are pretty much sorted out. Jake Robichaud's going to give charge here, though, and try and force a mistake out of Sutton's, but it's going to take just that, a mistake from Renault Sutton's at the front. But Greg Johnson, well, what a race it's been for Greg, because, he started this race on the second row of the grid. In fact, both of the drivers who started the race in the second row of the grid, they're in the front two positions. Great run from those two to take it into the main feature race. So, as Otero now, what's happened to him? Because he's jumped in behind. He's into second place. Sensational from Alex Otero. Left it to the last lap. He's fighting for the lead here. This is fantastic stuff, but it's just too late for him. Johnson and Otero then are going to take the win and second place in this second heat here. Oh, Renault Sutton's, his heart must have sunk when he saw that car in front.
Yeah, his spotter might have been telling him, yeah, think about Otero. Otero played that tactically very, very well, stayed patient, kept his Joker up the sleeve and used it beautifully.
So it's Johnson and Otero through, Sutton's, Robichaud, Garcia, Pasucci, Cartwright, Hafstad and Antonsen, who will take it to the last chance qualifiers here in this second heat race of the day. Just waiting for the iRacing system to tick over, and then we'll get ourselves our grid for the next race, which will be a last chance qualifier. We're getting 2 last chance qualifiers, I believe. Yes, we are. Oh no, we're going to get a main race, are we? Well, we've got Goddard and Light with Dubois and Randell. That's the grid from the opening heat race there, I do believe. Oh no, we've got them all there at the on the grid. I'm getting caught out by by a few things, of course. Goddard did not do well. It's the first last chance qualifier. We'll get there in the end, Peter. It shows how much I know. Green flag, and we're away then. Goddard from the front row. Viergaard Elson Lee trying to follow him behind him. Eric Dubois in third place. As we go through, contact further back and fired off is Chris Loon, and Jimmy Randell not having a good day either.
Jimmy Randell, that was pretty clumsy there, and sends Chris Loonan out into the weeds, and they will probably play no further part from here. As all contact for Eric Dubois with the roadside furniture, and that's surely giving it some damage to his Subaru. It's through in the VW Beetle, the mighty Beetle of Joshua Germany, the only driver using the venerable VW Beetle, and he's through.
As we go through turn 6 then, and Viergaard Olsen Light has taken the Joker lap. He's decided to take it on the opening lap here. As through they go. And as we go through then, so through at the end of the first lap, the four drivers from this race, 4 drivers from the next race will be advancing through to the main race here to take us to a 12-car grid. So 3 cars missing out on this from this first race, 3 from the second race as well. Zachary Goddard taken to the Joker. This lap he decided to respond to Viergaard Olsen Lai's decision.
So Goddard, yeah, looking to cover it off, and very wise indeed. It means he can try and control the race from here. Where does the 52 of Oyvind Andersen come in? Hasn't taken the Joker just yet, but only just under 5 seconds away. So Oyvind Andersen definitely in the mix here in one of the very few Ford Fiestas. Yeah,
don't write him out of this one yet, that's for sure. You saw him
he has taken it now.
He has taken it, yeah. So so we will write him out of it then, of this one. Joshua Germany. Now, of course, Joshua has been somebody who's had some very good results this season. Okay, took the win at Daytona. He's not taking that Joker lap yet. He's holding that in the bank here, Peter. Is he hoping for a last lap charge like we saw Alex Otero get?
I think he's hoping that, yeah, and trying to just stay out the way of trouble as Jimmy Randall in the #1 Subaru with the classic Subaru stars and moon livery there on the side. Right there in 5th, but has already taken the Joker. That incident on the opening corner with Chris Loonan has definitely cost him.
Yeah, but he's not that far off of a qualifying spot right now. Okay, Germany behind has yet to take that Joker lap. But yeah, he's right on the tail of Oyvind Andersen. This is the transition spot. This is the one that we're just keeping an eye on right now. And Joshua Germany still not taking that Joker lap. So saving it for the final lap of the race. Zachary Goddard is way out at the front, 1.5 seconds ahead of Viergaard Olsen Lai. Eric Dubois that we're looking at here, he got a little bit bullied and made contact with the trackside furniture, as you put it there. There's Jimmy Randell, gets close, but then the gap opens up. But Joshua Germany behind, that's the driver that I think will be getting into the top 4, maybe even 3rd place. There he goes through, and there's Viergaard Olsen Lai, contact between the 2 of them. Major impact. This is what we were fearing with the Joker lap here, and all of a sudden, Viergaard Oyvind Andersen is going to get himself transitioned in.
What drama! But Joshua Germany hangs on. How is he driven away from that accident? That was a massive impact.
Well, it's Goddard from Dubois from Germany and Andersen across the line. If you're Viergaard Olsen Lai, you are absolutely kicking off. You are going to be... It's a good job it's a virtual paddock here, because if it was the real thing, I think there'd be a bit of a dust-up happening, that's for sure. But there's your result then. We say goodbye to Randell, Olsen Lai and Loonan for the final time this season, as we now go to the second of the last chance qualifiers. Sultans and Robichaud with Hafstad and Cartwright in second row, Garcia and Pasucci on row number 3, and Sander Antonsen rounding out your 7-car grid. Remember, top 4 transition through, and the drivers are already set. Engine revs rise then for the final time in a last chance qualifier this season. Away we go, and it's a great launch, but it's a black flag for Surtens. Big issue for the front row sitter. Surtens with a black flag jump start. Oh, dearie me, that's not been his day today.
Oh, Rene Soten's just too good on the start there, and oh, that's just going to be totally gutting us. Oh, contact in the background. Contact in the background. 2 cars off there. I think it's Per Havan Hafstad and Joseph Pascucci having problems here. So big attrition early on. Oh, Garcia gets nerfed up the rear also.
Taken to the Joker lap straight away. 4 drivers decided, you know what, let's get the Joker out the way now. The problem is they don't want to be tripping over each other, and it's that wall just comes in. The Beetle driver Pascucci had to come in, or else he would have hit the wall and done all manner of damage to the car next to. Either way, I think contact was almost inevitable.
Yeah, unfortunately so. Yeah, his little pinch point there, and very wise of the top 4 all.
Now, I can tell you that the admins of the series have reviewed the start and have cleared Rene Soten's black flag.
Wow. Buy a lottery ticket. That doesn't happen often. That doesn't happen often to get away with one like that. But Soten's will be thinking, right, game on now. Let's get the sleeves rolled up and make the most of that. And he's done so. He's gone into the lead.
Well, yeah, that'll be a huge relief for him, that's for sure, as they go over the jump once again. So here's the look at the replay again. And we're waiting. Oh, it's that backwards movement. The car actually went and rolled backwards. It's how the regulations are written. Is it that you've made any movement or you've made a forward movement? Either way, the admins have seen fit that it wasn't a penalty. Yeah. Well,
didn't gain any advantage, that's for sure. Although, could have disadvantaged car behind him, you could make an argument.
Yeah, you could.
But no problem. Rene Soten's heading away at the front of the field with Robichon in fairly close quarters. But for them, now you've got to think, right, let's not make a mess of this now. We're in the transfer spots. No point getting into too much of a tussle. For Robichon, he's thinking, I'm just going to stick underneath the rear spoiler of Soten's here and get into that final.
Don't forget though, it's grid position, Peter.
Of course, sure, but you don't want to get. If the opportunity is there, of course, go for it. But it's not worth taking absolute maximum risk for.
Oh no, yeah, definitely. You're not going to just do a Hail Mary and absolutely send one in there. But if the opportunity broaches, then yeah, why wouldn't you go for it? That's for sure. The track is wearing in as well, so these cars are just scrabbling for grip through there and having to search for the different lines through the dirt here. So you don't necessarily have to run the same line in all of these races. But look at this. This is closed up at the front here. Last lap of the race then, showing a nose, but that's not going to work. Dive down the inside. No, not going to slide it through there. And that's going to be Soten's pretty much sewn up at the front of the field here.
What a fantastic corner turn 5 is. The donk slide. It just opens up opportunity for mischief. But Robichon is really making Soten's work for this, as the checker flag is pre-prepared at the flag stand, but it's going to be Soten's, back from the dead after getting a black flag.
Well, there you go. Rene Soten's through to the main race, then along with Jake Robichon and Jeff Cartwright. Kevin Garcia is going to finish in 4th place. We'll get our results up on screen then. So we say goodbye to Anderton, to Hafstad and to Pascucci, rounding out your results there. Thank you so much to those drivers who have not made it through to the main race. Well, Peter, we get 2 minutes of breath now between the last chance qualifiers and the main race.
Fast and furious, isn't it? This is what rallycross is all about that quick fire. There's always new stories appearing. It's like, you know, when you buy a book and you get some books that have, say, 12 chapters and they're really, really long, or you get some books that have like 40 or 50 chapters. The book's the same length, but each new chapter, it renews your interest, and that's what rallycross is about.
It certainly is. Twists and turns. for the drivers themselves, to use your book analogy, it's like using one of those choose your own adventure books. Turn to page 64 for if you make a move into turn 1.
I've never read. I've heard of them. I've never read one of them.
Never read? I mean, granted, it was many years ago when I was at school, but yeah, I read those choose your own adventure books, absolutely. And then you always go back and say, right, well, what happened if I didn't do that? Yeah. Anyway, enough about choose your own adventure. Let's look at the adventure.
Hindsight Publishing.
Let's have a look at what these drivers are facing, because Klaus Kreuzer, his champion-elect, is on the front row with Greg Johnson. Now, we saw how Greg, he can really push on and really challenge Klaus in these races here. Now, Johnson's not won a race this season. Is it a case of, come on, Klaus, give me the chance and let me get a win in the end?
Well, no. I think competitors at the top of their game, they they want to win all the time, every possible opportunity. I think it's in everybody's instinct. If you're competing, you want to win or get a good result as best you possibly can. So I think more so, I think it's actually going to be total gloves off, because nobody's driving really with a championship in mind, because that's sewn up. So it's gloves off time.
Yeah, if you've got nothing to lose, absolutely put it all on the line here and have some fun. We've not got a virtual repair bill to pay for either, which is handy for these drivers. Right, we are getting ourselves set then for the RXAM main feature race here in the final round of the Next Level Racing iRX Championship, RXAM. And here's your grid then. Kreuzer and Johnson with Teal and Otero, row 2. Row 3 is Goddard and Sotens. Then on the 4th row, it's Dubois and Robichaud with Germany and Cartwright, Anderson and Garcia rounding out your 12-car grid. So here we go then. Drivers getting themselves all set on the grid for this main race. Drivers looking to the starters gantry then. We're all set then. 10 laps of action. It's revs are rising.
Green flag.
And a green flag. Away we go. Good launch from the front row. Although Trevor Teal's got a good launch down the inside into turn 1. We're going 2, 3, almost 4 wide through turn 1. Oh, a bit of bumping and barging. A little bit of a run wide there for Renault Sotens. And Alex Otero's been hit. Oh, even Anderson is around and it's carnage at the jump.
Total carnage. 7, 8 cars all involved there, and I mean, is that Sotens?
I believe it is.
Yes, he is. He's spun. René Sotens, after winning that last chance qualifier, he's off.
Has he got damage as well? That's the big question. Right, well, coming through then to finish their first lap, it's Kreuzer from Teal from Goddard at the front. Zachary Goddard, big gain there. 2 places gained in this race. And look at Trevor Teal there. He's clearing the landing zone of the jump there. As well, these 3 have taken the Joker lap then. The little crown on our timing tower shows you who's taken the Joker. And here's that mess, Peter.
Well, Ivan Anderson looked to have a little route up the inside, went for it, and then just got his rear quarter panel tucked into another driver, and that triggered the big one. Thought they were only meant to happen on ovals, but wow, that was a big pile-up.
Oh, and look at that, almost, you could see the gap there, and he's there going, oh, come on, he's almost just panicking at that point, but, and Sotens, yeah, around he went in all of that, so big moments there for him. Back to the live pictures, and then Klaus Kreuzer has pulled out a gap at the front here, Peter, now, and this is what he's in danger of doing in races like this. Once he gets clean air, he just clears out. Oh, there's a car around in front of them though. That's a back marker.
Big attempt from Zachary Goddard to go, no, you're right, you're absolutely right, Paul. Is that a back marker trying to overtake Trevor Teal?
It
Get another look, but wow, that was strange.
It was a back marker who I think was trying to get out the way. It's Kevin Garcia, so I think he's clipped, yeah, so he's clipped the inside. He's then trying to correct it all. He's reversing as the leaders are then going to come through. And don't say he pulls forward. Well, Goddard he was trying to make a move, was Goddard and Teal.
It was, yes. No, I thought so. I thought that would have been very strange to do that, but Goddard had a big dig at Trevor Teal there, got it wrong and spun as well.
Yeah.
Oh my.
That's a big moment then through that one there. So it's Kreutzer from Teal. Johnson now ahead of Goddard. Goddard, remember qualified pole? Oh, that's Johnson into the wall. He dipped a wheel off of the side of the asphalt and he's got a bust motor. Oh, that's going to be a case of just trying to drag that to the end of the race.
No, that's not what we like to see at all. So it's attrition big time at the front of the field. Kreutzer, he leads quite comfortably now. But get another look, see what happened then to Greg Johnson. Oh, just dips a wheel just off the edge of the road. And they've got so much power, these cars, nearly 600 horsepower. Very easy to get it out of shape. And that's what he did, straight into the wall. And big damage.
Yeah, huge damage. It does mean that Eric Dubois moves up into 4th place in this main race, and it's a case of everybody else just trying to catch up to Johnson and get those places. Here's Zachary Goddard then in 3rd place. He's looking forward though. With half the race gone, that means that there's half the race to go. And Goddard is thinking, I qualified on pole in qualifying. I didn't get through on the heat race. I want to get myself into 2nd place here.
Yeah, he's already had one bite at Trevor Teal, spun, and he's had to gather it all back up again. And that's exactly what he's doing. Last lap by, he was 0.4 of a second quicker than Trevor Teal. So Goddard has the pace, but can he catch Teal in time? And then, can he make a pass?
Goddard nearly did what Johnson did there. He flirted with the edge of the asphalt there on the edge of turn number 6 as they go over the jump once again. Across the line they go. Trevor Teal, a 45.3. 45.3 for Goddard as well. So Teal has responded that last lap with his lap time. It's still finite is the margins when you come to these main races, isn't it, Peter?
It is, yeah, it is. Oh, a little bit of a mistake there for Teal coming through the donk slide. Such a tricky corner to get right, but steadies the ship quickly. On board then with Trevor Teal. He doesn't look that stressed. I would be stressed if I had Zachary Goddard all over the back of me.
Well, I mean, the thing is, he's not dressed up in a pickle costume. And if you can remember that, folks at home, then that was certainly a sight to see in the iRX All-Stars back in the day. But yeah, Teal then, it's just focus, isn't he? Just absolute focus. And he's got the Sim Racers lean going on as well there, Peter.
Well, of course, the Gilles Villeneuve lean, it definitely makes you go quicker, for sure. Anything that makes you go quicker, go for it. Oh, a little bit on the more open side there. Oh, a little bit loose on the edge, and oh, much better traction for Goddard. He'll get a run here now. Zachary Goddard is right on the case then of Trevor Teal. He takes another 0.2 of a second out on that lap, but only 3 laps to go now. Has to get it done quickly.
Yeah, we're over the jump once again. Not getting the best of landings there for Teal and Goddard then. So it was a 45.3 again for Teal, 45.1 for Goddard. Things are getting a little bit tight for the final spot on the podium, and they are so far ahead of Eric Dubois. They're almost, they're 8 seconds ahead of 4th place. They're just in a world of their own. Although saying that, plus Kreutzer at the front, he's having a nice Sunday evening drive.
Yeah, he's in his own galaxy altogether, is Klaus Kreutzer. That's why he's the champion in this category. Totally dominant. We wondered, would he finish off on a win? Looks like he's going to. Out
of 8 rounds of this championship, Klaus has won 4 of them. This is the last lap. This would be win number 5. But not only that, it would seal his position as RX Am champion. Goddard looking for a late lunge through turn 3 into 4. not forthcoming, but we've seen how he's been getting the better run. Through the dog slide, he's looking, but he's not getting it. But it's the run through this corner that Zachary Goddard's looking for. He's been quicker at times. There's Klaus Kreutzer just going through camera shot there. Teal's having to defend. Goddard's alongside. He's made him take the tight line. They've both overshot each other, and Goddard goes through, or does he? But at the front of the field, it's going to be Klaus Kreutzer, 5-time main race winner and RX Am champion. Who's going to be second? It's Goddard at the line.
Fantastic stuff there from Zachary Goddard. He kept the pressure on, was getting closer and closer, and Trevor Teal just buckled under the major pressure there, and Goddard through to pinch second place. What a finale here. And we've got the pro class all to come. Fantastic. What a spicy and tasty and juicy amuse-bouche for the main show.
Well, only you can say that, Pete. I can't. I know one language, and that's Yorkshire. Anyway, Klaus Kreutzer, your main race winner for the 5th time this season, and not only that, secures himself his spot at the top of the RX Am Championship. Zachary Goddard tried his best, and he just snatched that second place from Trevor Teal in the end. So Teal in third ahead of Dubois, Sutons, Robichaud, Otero, Cartwright, Anderson and Germany. Germany did not finish, neither did the final 2 cars of Johnson and Garcia. Wow, take breath. Well, I get to take a breath. Peter doesn't though, because he's got our race winner and Am champion, Klaus Kreutzer.
Klaus, congratulations not only on a win here, but the championship as well. A fantastic season. Give us your thoughts right now.
Oh no, we can't hear him.
We can see him, but we can't hear him.
Oh, I'm not muted.
Now we can.
There you go, Klaus. We'll go give that again. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling great. It was a fun season, definitely drawn out, but yeah, kept working at it, kept trying to get faster. And yeah, I just was able to assert dominance over the class this season. So it would have been nice to have a character like Zach Goddard around for more of the races to make it a little closer, but wins are wins. Yeah, I'm ecstatic. It was a great time.
In your view, what have been the factors that have contributed to that dominance, do you think?
I have more time in this car than anything else on iRacing. Within my first 5-6 months on the sim, I was able to qualify for a Race of the Summit last year. So I have just a lot of time in the Subaru, a lot of time practicing rallycross, and a lot of time driving on track with some of the fastest guys in the game, like Evan McFarlane, who you'll see coming up next, about to try to win a championship. Spent a lot of hours practicing with guys like him and everybody at TWRS, and yeah, just a lot of time on track with fast guys makes you fast, definitely.
Well, Klaus, it's been fantastic to watch you in action. A great way to close off the season. Well done, and looking forward to seeing you back on track again.
Yeah, thanks so much, guys. I'd just like to take a second to thank everybody at TWRS. Like I said, Evan McFarlane, Eric Dubois, even characters like Robbie Kirtley just helped me out a lot. Yeah, Liberty Marine Center. Anybody out there that's watching and supporting is entertained by this stuff, it's because of you guys that we can do this and put on a good show. And then lastly, you guys at RaceSpot for sure, for just putting on a good show and making everybody look real good. And any glory that comes from this always goes to God. So thanks guys so much. And I'm gonna try my hand at the pro class here. We'll see the difference and what a difference it makes.
So our next driver coming in to join us then, Zachary Goddard. Zachary, what a finish to the race. Just talk us through that last lap.
Pretty hectic. I knew I had to make a pretty bold move there, and I saw the slightest of gaps coming into that double right-hander there at the end, and he went to try to close it off on me a little bit, and I got a little shaky, and honestly I felt my pass was a little sloppy because I did make contact with him, but I was just trying to hold it tight and get my nose in there and ahead of him, and luckily I did and snagged P2. I was wanting Klaus, but I had a couple screen freezes in the heat. That's my issue going into the fishbowl there. That's why I got pushed back, but fun race. Glad to get P2.
It was certainly exciting to watch. I mean, it gave us an idea there what it takes to be so strong in this category, because it's such a unique discipline in motorsport. What have been the keys to being strong today?
For me, it's the turn in for the fishbowl and then just the proper braking points on the asphalt. If I can nail those and get the proper angles going into those corners and really get my good exits, that's what will separate you from the rest. And it's just trying to be that picture perfect.
Not easy at all. Zach,
easy.
Thanks so much for coming in to chat to us, and congratulations on the second place finish today.
Yep. Thank you guys, and thank you guys for a fun season.
And finally, on the podium, Trevor Teal. Trevor, oh, that was so exciting for us to watch, but I bet that was stressful for you. Talk us through those last few laps with Zach hunting you down.
Yeah, Zach, like the first couple laps, he was already right behind me, and then he must have made a slight mistake. I had a little bit of breathing room, and then the closing laps, he was right back in there, and I was shaking in my boots or shoes. But yeah, what a season, guys! Like, can't thank y'all enough for the awesome broadcast, and Josh for putting on the league, and man, excited for the future of this series.
Yeah, I mean, if you were to pick a highlight from the season, what would it be?
Ooh, that's I don't know. This last race was probably the most fun for me. There was just good racing with the guys up front there, and it was just fun. I had a lot of fun out there today.
I'm highly upset you haven't said Knockhill, because that was the correct answer.
Oh, Knockhill was pretty good too, I think. Wait. I don't remember. I have a couple podiums this season, so that's cool. I like being in here with you guys.
So do we. We're just busting you. Trevor, thanks very much for coming to join us, and well done on a top 3 finish in a highly, highly stressful final there. Well done.
Yeah, thank you guys. Real quick, just want to congratulate Klaus for winning the season. And I'd like to thank Channel 199, Track Racer, and Racecraft for all the support they give the team this year. And you guys for kicking butt on the broadcast. Thank you.
Well, that's very kind of you, Trevor. Well done for kicking ass on track. Well, Paul, that is our top 3. I don't know if I can catch the breath back to go into the pro class now.
Well, you're not going to have much time, Peter, because we pretty much go straight into the pro class. But we've got 23 competitors for pro here today. Big field for us in this one. Evan McFarlane and Ilari Lamintivu, 4 points separate them going into this round of the championship. Yoni Palaniva, with that win last time out, puts him into 3rd place. Beau Albert unfortunately missed these final few rounds of the championship, means that he's not going to be competing. Jacob Rafos, a 4-time champion. Could he sneak a win here at the end of the season? It is going to be an absolute thrill ride, but it's between those two at the top that we're going to be focusing on, aren't we, Peter?
Yep, that we are. Yeah, a showdown between Evan McFarlane and Ilari Lamintivu. You can always rely on the Scandinavian and Nordic drivers to bring the heat, but Evan McFarlane, of course, we heard there how important he was to Klaus Kreuter's championship, and well, he'll be going for one of his own right now. Into qualifying, 3-lap qualifying here to see who's going to get those critical spots up the front of their respective heats.
And not forgetting as well, it's championship points in qualifying for the top 6 as well. 6 through to 1 point is what you score in the top 6 places. So if you're Evan McFarlane, you're wanting to get yourself, I mean, you want to get pole position to guarantee yourself to pull out a little bit more of a gap over your main championship rival of Lamintivu.
When there's only 4 points between you, yeah, the qualifying is going to be really critical here Evan McFarlane comes heading down into the rapid, super tricky turn 1 and 2. Oh, whoa, big contact. Oh, that's going to ruin the qualifying run. Big contact there.
Now, do remember they get 3 laps, so he can recover himself and get himself set up for 3 laps. Here's Larry Laminsivu then, as he comes into the donk slide, the fishbowl, as Zachary Goddard was calling it. I'll be interested to see how our champion of Klaus Kreutzer gets on here, purely because he's run in, he's warmed up, he's been going in races. That could prove crucial here.
It will be helpful, yeah. I want to wonder though if Evan McFarlane, if his car's okay after that hit. Can he put a proper qualifying run together after? I mean, that was big impact there onto the side of the car.
Oh, top of the standings, Laminsivu. There you go. There's the table's been set by Alari. He says, right, come on, Evan, let's see what you can do, because Evan McFarlane currently 18th is not scoring any championship points. So if it stays as it is, Laminsivu takes the lead of the Pro Championship. Oh, this is going to be an absolute thrill ride of a finale here in the Next Level Racing iRX Championship, RX Pro. But here's Evan McFarlane. This looks to be a better lap across the line. A 43.7, a 43.67. It's a full second off of Alari. No, a 100th of a second. No, 700ths of a second. I'll get there in the end.
Wow, so the car's obviously fine. That's a big let off there for Evan McFarlane. So he's then there at the front. He's gonna, well, can he bring out any more? Can he pinch those top points from Larry Laminsivu? That's really important. If he can do that, that would be a big psychological win. As Josh Edmunson in 6th at the moment, trying to put in a good, strong third sector here to try and get up a few more positions.
I can tell you that Larry Laminsivu has basically sacrificed his second flying lap, taking the car back to pits, and then has gone for a final push lap here. So this is his final opportunity to maybe pull out a gap. He's currently on pole position right now, and that will give him 6 championship points, but his main championship protagonist, Evan McFarlane, is just 1 place behind, so it'll just be a 1-point gain for Ilari here as we head on through into the final couple of corners. And remember, the timing beam is after the jump here, so here's the opportunity then. Get a good launch, and look at how flat he's got that car landing. He's beautifully doing that across the line. Does not improve his lap time. No, he doesn't.
Let's see what it's going to be then for Evan McFarlane, using all the road and more on the exit here. He's in there in 2nd position at the moment, but can he pinch that crucial pole position?
This isn't a lap. He's completed his 3 laps. This is him just getting some extra practice in.
Right, okay.
So, championship lead is down to 3 points as we go into the first of the heat races. And crucially, because of the way the heat race structure is sorted, those two, they're going to be in separate heats as well. Oh, this is going to be a good one. We're going to get 3 heat races here today in RX Pro. 23 competitors are going to take to the grid across these 3 heat races. And let's take you to that first grid. Laminsivu and Quentin Dall'Olmo on the front row. Josh Fox and Jacob Rafos, 4-time pro champion, row number 2. Zach Blanche and Nick Ledecky on row number 3, with Sean Winkler and a return to Linus Brostrom on row number 4. So we get ourselves set here for this opening heat race. Remember, 5-lap heat races, the top 2 automatically qualify for the main race. So we'll be keeping an eye across all of this, but this is certainly going to be an intriguing opening race of the pro evening here. Remember, you are watching the Next Level Racing iRX Championship here on RaceSpot TV. Paul Smith and Peter Mackay bringing you all of the coverage here. And if you do want to save yourself some money in the US store at Next Level Racing, head on over to Next Level Racing. Use the code Racecraft for 5% off of your order in the US store. and set yourself up with some excellent sim racing equipment from Next Level Racing. So we're just waiting on the final couple of cars to get onto the grid before we get going then, and it's the front row. So the front row are keeping us waiting here. Oh, there's one, Quentin Dall'Olmo. What can he do from the front row? Could he really upset the apple cart here for Ilari Laminsivu? We're just waiting for your championship contender, Laminsivu, to head to the grid then. Be interested to see what Jacob Reforce and Josh Fox do from row number 2. There's been some good launches from the second row in RX Am, and they could really put the cat amongst the pigeons as well between those two. There's Laminsivu then, and we're all set then for the opening heat of RX Pro here in the Next Level Racing iRX Championship. Engine revs rise.
Green, green, green.
And we're underway then, and it's a good launch from the outside for Quentin Dall'Olmo, but Josh Fox has got the inside on Laminsivu. Laminsivu and Dall'Olmo side by side through the first couple of turns here as they head into the jump, and it's going to be Laminsivu who holds on to the lead as they go through the finish line to start the first lap of the race. Fox and Reforce neck and neck into that turn number 1.
Laminsivu was under a load of heat there from Quentin Dall'Olmo, but was just about able. Oh, Laminsivu's going for it. He's going straight for the Joker, trying to lay down the law. Is there? Oh, contact, no. Jacob Reforce into it there.
Zach Blanche as well.
Yeah, it is. Oh, dear.
I think that's Reforce. His heat race done nonetheless, but the rest are going through. But Laminsivu, I think that's a very good ploy actually, as we'll look at that replay, and just 2 into 1, lap 1. Unfortunately, that's how things can happen there. But I think that's important for Laminsivu there, Peter. Just make sure and ensure that he has that clear air.
I think when you've got the pace he does, pole sitter, you've got to go for it. Yeah, fastest time in qualifying of everyone. And make most of it. Oh no, Sean Winkler makes it his mind up late and loses a load of time there going for the Joker lap.
Well, the fastest man in RX real estate. Big mistake for him through the Joker lap there, and he's going to have Quentin Dall'Olmo right behind him now. Dall'Olmo under pressure from Josh Fox. Fox is not giving this one up without a fight, that is for sure, as they come across the line again. So Winkler with the Joker lap completed. If I'm Dall'Olmo, I'm potentially thinking, take to the Joker lap this lap.
That could be a good call. Yeah, very good call indeed. Yep, that's exactly what he's decided to do, making full use of it as well. Big commitment, and on to the case of Ilari Laminsivu early on. Linus Broström doing a good job here as well. Of course, see him a lot in the Svensk iRacing Ligan as well. Very, very good in the oval scene.
Swedish champion in RX as well, iRX, so he knows how to wheel these cars, that's for sure. And he's coming up against some really stern competition though. I mean, this is basically a world championship without it being officially a world championship as this is his championship. That's the level that these drivers are working to here in RX Pro.
Yeah, it's quite a sight to watch these drivers, the way they can just put the car right on the ragged edge and so smooth with it as well. Josh Fox now right in behind Quentin Dall'Olmo as Ilari Laminsivu starting to put a bit of room between himself and the chasing pack. And onto the penultimate lap of the heat we go. It's at the moment a perfect start to the day for Ilari Laminsivu.
Yeah, he'll be wanting to hold on to that lead, get himself maximum points then so far from this race, and really put the pressure on Evan McFarlane. And that's the thing, McFarlane's going to be on pole position in the second heat here today, so that just puts a little bit of pressure on his championship rival. But Evan McFarlane, don't forget, has won 2 main races this season, so he knows what it takes to be up there at the front. Dall'Olmo still under pressure. He's holding on to that transfer spot. Fox, though, putting the pressure on all the way to the end, but it's going to be Ilari Laminsivu. Perfect start to the day here. He's doing everything that he needs to do, and the Havu Gaming driver takes the win. Quentin Dall'Olmo in second place transfers through. Everybody else, well, they're going to be heading to the last chance qualifiers for that opportunity to make it to the main race. There you go, Laminsiva, Dall'Olmo, Fox, Ledecky, Broström, Winkler, Blanche and Rafos, they'll all head to those last chance qualifiers. Remember, there'll only be 6 drivers from those 2 last chance qualifiers as well, so 1 less per race for us to gain here in those last chance qualifiers. Right, second heat, it's going to be on the front row, Evan McFarlane and Oisi Peltola. Peltola could help his teammate out there from Harvard Gaming. Quentin Dall'Olmo and Matthew Linda, row number 2 with Heiskanen and Pakala on row number 3. Swan and Peterson round out your 8-car grid. And I think that's crucial here as we get ready for the start of this one. Peltola, the front row sitter is there with him, with Evan McFarlane. Good launch from the start there from McFarlane. Second row again, having a little look down the inside, but it's Peltola round the outside, really trying to disrupt Evan McFarlane, and Peltola takes the lead for Havu Gaming, helping his teammate out in the championship. This is big stuff here, Peter.
That's critical, absolutely critical there. Great stuff from Ossi Peltola, doing his teammate a major favour. And now the Joker lap strategy goes in, and who's that going straight for it as well? Peltola going straight for it. But interesting, very interestingly, there Evan McFarlane deciding not to take the Joker lap just yet.
Well, because everybody else has decided to take the Joker apart from him and Pakala, he's got a nice bit of clear air as Evan McFarlane, so he can get the head down and really just focus on his own lines and not get involved in anybody's shenanigans.
And of course that means as well is that there's not going to be any funny business with Peltola backing him up into the field or anything like that. He can now get his head down and get on with the job at hand. But is it going to be enough though to come out in front of Peltola? That's the question as they come through the donk slide. 4 of them all almost on top of each other. Fantastic stuff.
This is brilliant to watch, and you said it, Peter, the level of precision from these drivers, the smoothness as well for them is absolutely sensational to watch. Little look to the inside there from Heiskanen, and Swan is under some pressure here. A little bit of rubbing, door handle to door handle, up over the jump there, and still absolutely together, Robbie Swan and Santeri, Heiskanen, and across the line, Heiskanen just takes the place. He's got the inside line, bullies Swan to cut the corner. That'll be a slowdown penalty for Robbie Swan. And here's what happened to Evan McFarlane, and that's the wall!
Oh no, the championship leader just gets it all wrong into the donk slide, goes for the brake, car goes straight on, with hands crossed over, and bang, straight into the wall. Now, is he going to be able to get an automatic transfer spot, or is our championship leader going to have to go through the last chance qualifiers?
Again, don't forget, these heat races, you get championship points as well. So right now, if you're Lari Laminsivu, you are praying that McFarlane finishes at least third, if not lower down, to help him with his championship fight. Oh, this is tense stuff now for Evan McFarlane. He's close enough to put pressure on Matthew Linda to maybe get that second place. McFarlane's taken the Joker, and it's worked out for him. He's taken second place, but he would have preferred to be fighting there with Peltola if it wasn't for that mistake.
Yeah, he would do, but is the car okay? That is the question. Is the car able to perform right now? His best lap time, in fact, he's just done his best lap of the race, of course, with the Joker. But in comparison to, Peltola, his pace is still really good as Evan McFarlane, and he's just maybe not quite close enough to make an impact right now, but that could have been a lot worse actually.
Well, what this will mean is for the main race, if it finishes as it is, Peltola will be starting on the front row alongside his teammate of Lari Laminsivu. McFarlane McFarlane, because there's 3 heat races, would actually be starting on the 3rd row. So that's going to be crucial for the main race. But look at this, the Havu Gaming driver. It's been a perfect start for Havu Gaming. It's 2 heat race wins for the team. Oisi Peltola takes the win then. Evan McFarlane takes 2nd in an automatic transfer spot. But crucially, that's championship points taken away once again from Evan McFarlane.
It's just nibbling away at McFarlane's lead over the course of the day. Amazing.
It's Peltola, McFarlane with Linda, Dall'Olmo, Pakala, Swan, Heiskanen and Peterson all heading to the last chance qualifiers. And then it's Palaniva and Edmunson front row with Lifflander and Darnell. Parise and Kreutzer on the 3rd row. Thomas Poulsen rounds out your 7-car grid. So Kreutzer, well done. You won the RX AM Championship. Your reward, getting on the grid for the 3rd heat race of the RX Pro Championship, and he's on the 3rd row of the grid. He'll be looking to give himself a good showing here. He'll be looking for a solid result here. There he is on screen. There's no pressure on Klaus here. He can just have some fun. But we're all set then for the start of this final heat race of the day. Engine revs rise and we are underway, and straight away Palaniva looking to defend the place from Lifflander, who gets a good start, but around the outside Josh Edmunson looking to work his way through. Lifflander sideways through that first couple of turns. It's Lifflander and Edmunson fighting out for 2nd place, as we saw on board there from Klaus Kreutzer, and Lifflander just holding on to 2nd into that first turn.
Klaus Kreutzer, our AM champion, right there in the thick end of the back end of the field. It's so busy, dust everywhere, trying to focus on it. Not what he's used to, of course, in at the AM Championship. Is already our first taker for the Joker Lab, Joni Paloneva, to the front of the field then early on.
Josh Edmunson also following him through that as well, deciding to take that jerk lap. There is Kieran Lifflander then through there. Of course, a race winner at Knockhill. Tricky track to race win at. It's a very tricky track, especially through that tight dirt section.
Yeah, I mean, you can't really call yourself a true champion unless you've won there, really.
Says the circuit commentator from Knockhill, Peter Mackay. Onto the Joker lap for Joshua Darnell, Klaus Kreutzer as well, onto the Joker lap as well. So those two deciding that now's the time, 2nd opportunity, get ourselves through, get ourselves a bit of clearer air, and get out the scuffle that there was happening between them and Parise and Poulsen then. So across the line then, Palaniva and Edmunson are there at the front. It's keeping an eye on Kieran Lifflander and where he's going to pan out in all of this. Another one of our VR drivers, Josh Edmunson, series admin as well, having a really good run out there today.
Little dab of the handbrake there as well, get in the rear of the car, turned around. Interesting to see quite a few of these rallycross drivers going for that VR option. Could be, I mean, of course, your peripheral vision is so important. Oh, was an overtake there from Connor Parise, who slips through in the STI Works colours. But yeah, I think that the VR is going to give you a real advantage, I would say, in terms of the perception around you where the other cars are.
Yeah, and being able to keep your eye firmly on the apex and where you're going to place the car as well. Some drivers, they don't get on with it. They prefer the three screens. Some drivers run with an ultra-wide monitor. It's whatever you've got space for them, whatever you can afford and run. As Lifflander trying to move forward then. He's taken the Joker lap and he's down there in 3rd place with Josh Edmunson. Lifflander has lost out in all of this, and that means Connor Parise is through into that transition spot.
Great stuff there from Parise, driven well. It's still 1.4 seconds behind Joni Paloneva, who's put a great job in here in this heat number 3, but Parise now having to try and hold off Josh Edmunson as best as he possibly can, and the door opened a little bit there going through the donk slide, but Oh, Parise just hanging on to that key spot for now.
As Joni Palaniva then is going to be heading into the last couple of corners. Well, he was the main race winner last time out at Charlotte Motor Speedway. The no control driver showing perfect control up over the jump once again. And Joni Palaniva will take victory here in this third heat race. Finds himself on the second row of our main race. Conor Parise gets through as well to the automatic transition spot. Finds himself on row number 3 for our main race. So Edmunson, Lifflander, Darnell, Kreutzer and Poulsen, they'll all head into the last chance qualifiers now. And remember, it's going to be the top 3 that make it through. Fox and Edmunson, that's a competitive front row with Dall'Olmo and Brostrom, Darnell and Swan, Blanche and Poulsen rounding out your 8-car grid. So the top 3 then make it through to the main race here. They'll take up the back few spots of the grid. And speaking of the grid, drivers find themselves onto the grid. There's Quentin Dall'Olmo, former iRX World Championship driver, along with Joshua Fox as well. Plenty of talent on show here today. Right, we're getting ready then for the first of our last chance qualifiers then. 5 laps to decide who the top 3 are to qualify for the main race. Engine revs rise. And we are underway, and it's a good launch from Josh Fox, but Quentin Dall'Olmo gets a good one as well. Around the outside, though, Josh Edmunson and Dall'Olmo down the inside took advantage of it all. Oh, contact! 4 wide, and Dall'Olmo loses out through that one when he got a car sideways over the jump there. Darnell and Brostrom currently in the transfer spots.
Great stuff from Brostrom, just bullies his way through and gets through the melee up into second position. Thomas Poulsen now trying to make the breakaway early on as Poulsen and Brostrom all going for the Joker lap there. Oh, what an eventful opening lap.
It certainly is. So Darnell, Brostrom and Edmunson all taking the Joker lap. Josh Fox then, who got caught up in all that shenanigans at the start of the race. He's got Zach Blanche right on his rear bumper, and Blanche looking for a little look down the inside. That wasn't forthcoming there on the exit of that last turn. Up and over the rise they go once again across the line then. So Darnell, Brostrom and Edmunson, the front 3, but these are the 3 that have yet to take to the Joker lap. Do you react or do you stay out there? Well, these 2 are staying out there. In fact, Robbie Swan's going to follow them as well. Oh!
A little bit of contact from Zach Blanche into the rear quarter panel of Josh Fox, but Fox not intimidated whatsoever. But whoa, off the edge of the road there goes Zach Blanche, and that should allow Robbie Swan to have a look. Does it? No. Blanche just about able to put it there into the defensive position, and that has allowed Josh Fox to make a little bit of a break for it.
It was all
How did Brostrom get through that?
I don't know. He was sideways for pretty much 50% of the corner was Linus. So yeah, through he goes, and the Coldplay main eventer, Linus Brostrom, getting himself through. Look at this, contact, sideways, keep the power on, and just launch it out the corner. Amazing stuff there from Linus Brostrom to just somehow survive, and he's holding on to one of those valuable spots in the final now, but he's got Josh Edmunson right on his case. 2 laps to go. Can he hang on? Oh, this is going to be tight, and don't forget as well, Robbie Swan has taken the Joker this last time by. Josh Fox, he's going to be the Dark Fox. Not the Silver Fox, but he's a Dark Fox in all of this. When does he take the Joker? It's not going to be this lap. He's going to save it for the final lap, I do believe, is Josh. Yeah, there he is through the hairpin. So Brostrom needs to stay ahead of Edmunson if he wants a hope of getting that final transfer spot, I do believe.
Has Josh been the wily fox, keeping his Joker up his sleeve until the last moment?
Well, we'll have to wait and see. As long as he's not a Basil Brush and goes and makes a joke of it. But anyway, through we go then. Darnell, clear, absolutely clear in the lead. Brostrom though, in second place ahead of Edmunson. Now, if these two carry on fighting like they are, that might actually bring Zach Blanche into all of this. Josh Fox is going to come through the joke lap right now, and there he is, and there's Zach Blanche. Now, he's got the run on the two of them. He's made contact with Edmunson. He's going to look to the inside, into the penultimate corner. Brostrom's going to hold on to it for now. Can he hold on through this final corner? Darnell is the winner here in this first last chance qualifier. Josh Fox goes through, and Linus Brostrom just hangs on to that last transfer spot. Incredible racing there at the end. So it's Darnell, Fox and Brostrom. They go through to the main race. We say goodbye to Blanche, Edmunson, Swan, Dall'Olmo and Paulson for the final time this season. Wow. Take a breath and then take the look at the grid for the second and last chance qualifier. Linda and Ludecky front row with Lifflander and Pakala, Winkler and Kreutzer on the third row, Heiskanen, Rafos and Peterson, although I do believe Peterson's having some issues out there, so he may be missing from the grid of this race. So we're getting ready then. It's the last opportunity to get yourself into the main race. We're gridded up with 8 cars. The engine revs rise for the final time here in the last chance qualifiers.
Green, green, green.
Away we go then, and it's a good launch from Lifflander on the inside of the second row. Plus Kreutzer's got a black flag and going 3 wide through turn number 1. Lifflander's through to the front of the field. Here comes Pakala. Ledecky fighting it out. There's contact over the jump. Oh, look at the car out of control. It's Linda.
What a big aggressive move from Pakala there to move up into second position. Is big problems. Big problems now for Ludecky and also for Jacob Rafos. They're both off.
And it was Sean Winkler that initiated the first contact in all of that. A big issue through the first couple of turns there. I'm sure we'll get a look at that again in a moment's time. Jacob Rafos has now got a black flag as well through all of this, but I think that'll be the last of his worries right now. We've got 2 drivers, Klaus Kreutzer and Jacob Rafos, both with black flags, but it's at the front then. Jukka Pakala, you don't need to ask him twice to take the lead. Right, here we go, Peter. Talk us through this one.
Well, first one fairly simple there, just a very small error coming over the jump, but then the second part a little bit more difficult to put together, I would say. It was Matthew Linda just made just a small error, but then all breaks loose as Sean Winkler gets into the quarter panel there and has to spin round and have another go.
And Rafos is out. That's it.
Yep, that's it.
Day done. Our 4-time champion out of the last chance qualifier. It's not been his season, I think it's fair to say. And Jacob Rafos then, not the way he would have wanted to have bowed out of this final race of the season. And Rafos, nothing you can do there.
No, nothing at all. No, that's just bad luck. But it's such a rough and tumble category that it's so easy for things to go wrong out with your controllers. Clearing Lifflander goes straight through to the front past Jukka Pakala. So Lifflander now to the front, having taken the joker from Pakala, then Heiskanen in third. But are they clear? Are they going to be safe when the others take their joker laps?
Kreutzer has had his black flag removed, so it must have been a similar thing as to what we saw happen in the AM Championship races, where the car has crept backwards a little bit and then launched. So Kreutzer, he's the outsider looking in right now with his position on the track. He's about 10 seconds back though from Heiskanen, and we've been seeing it being around about a 10-second transition, haven't we, between the joker laps?
Well, just got to keep the head down and keep pushing on, because Heiskanen is just right in there behind Jukka Pakala. So if they get into a little fight, that will of course slow them up, and that will give an opportunity for Kreutzer to come through and get himself into the pro final. What a story that would be for the AM champion. We'll find out very, very shortly if he's able to do that when he comes through the joker.
Here we go then. So Kieran Lifflander has checked out at the front. He's going to be the winner of this last chance qualifier. Who's going to be in second, third places? That's the crucial thing. Oh, Kreutz is a bit too far back, I think. He's not going to be able to challenge them. It's a good effort from him to try and put them under pressure. But Kieran Lifflander then, from the United States, a rough landing over the jump. He doesn't care. He wins the last chance qualifier. It's Jukka Pakala and Santeri Heiskanen who qualify through into that main race here today. Klaus Kreutzer, a creditable fourth place in the end then for the RX Am champion ahead of Nick Ledecky. Sean Winkler, Matthew Linder, and we lost Jacob Rafoss as well in all of that. So we've got our grid set now, Peter, and we go back to that championship fight now, because we saw Lamin Sivu pole position and got a win. McFarlane second place in qualifying and then second place in his heat. That's crucial for the championship, I think.
Well, yeah, that is. It sets up pretty much a straight shootout between them for the win, which, well, I mean, could you have asked any more than that at the beginning of the season?
Well, yeah, we'll have to wait and see how this all pans out, but really much it's going to be all decided on the track here, and for the win in this championship. It's been an incredible season. Evan McFarlane, though, he has been a main race winner twice this season. Larry Lamin-Sivu just once this season back at Daytona. So yeah, this is all coming down to this final race, and the launch could be what wins it for Lamin-Sivu, because we've seen a few drivers starting on pole position losing out through those first couple of turns.
Yeah, that's if you get caught in the bunch there, it costs so much time. So yeah, this is really, it's been a perfect day so far for Ilari Lamin-Sivu, but that getaway is going to be vitally important. If that is not executed perfectly, then it's all bets off. And when you play that joker, well, that's very important. I mean, I guess for Lamin-Sivu, if he gets that hole shot into turn one, I think he's going to try and use it straight away, you would imagine.
Yeah, if he wins the run into the first turn and has the lead going into the joker lap, he's going to have to take it and just get that big clear space and do everything he can. Remember, the difference between first and second place in terms of points into in this main race is 3 points, 15 for a win, 12 for second place. So here we go then. The starting grid for this final: Lamin-Sivu and his teammate Peltola on the front row, Palaneva and Dall'Olmo row number 2, with McFarlane there, the championship leader, row number 3 alongside Conor Parise. And it's Darnell and Lifflander with Fox and Pakala. Broström and Heiskanen are your final 2 row of the grid. It all comes down to this one last chance, one last opportunity. And the pressure, I would say, is on Evan McFarlane right now. He's the man who has to move forward in all of this and get to Larry Lamin-Sivu at the front of the field. Timers counting down. We're all set then. Every driver on the grid for this, the championship finale in RX Am in the Next Level Racing iRX Championship. Engine revs rise.
Green, green, green.
And we are green flag racing, and it's a good launch from pole position for Larry Lamin-Sivu, but he's got Quentin Dall'Olmo fighting with him there. It's Peltola who's dropping down the order. Contact from Lamin-Sivu, and here comes McFarlane down the inside. McFarlane is battling 5th place. Lifflander, oh, there's a huge accident behind. Big crash. Lamin-Sivu, though, where is he in all of this? He's struggling. He's out. Oh my goodness. Lamin-Sivu's championship is done.
I don't believe it. I don't believe it. Lamin-Sivu must have got caught up in that big accident, but Well, Quentin Dall'Olmo getting into the side of Lamansivu is Christmas come early for Evan McFarlane. What drama here on the opening lap.
Oh my goodness, well, the leaders are going to come through. Peltola is in the lead after taking his joker lap. Parise is scrapping there with Palaneva through the final couple of turns, and there is the broken and battered Lamansivu to driver's right. He's determined just to make it to the finish line, I think, once in this race, but oh, that's heartbreaking in terms of the championship. Oh, contact there, big incident, Liflander and Palaneva. Broström makes his way through in all of that. And McFarlane, he's still got a job to do. He still needs to just get himself points, but he doesn't have the pressure of having to try and win now.
No, just get the car to the finish, and he'll have this title in the most dramatic circumstances. I'm sure he couldn't believe his luck there when Quentin Dall'Olmo was just straight into the side there of Lamansivu. Let's have a look then, see how it all happened, and just clatters into the side of him there. And that was it.
Suspension, yeah.
Yep, straight away, bang.
Straight into that rear quarter, bang, and the suspension's just collapsed there at that point.
And if you're Lamansivu, what on earth do you do there to avoid that? There's nothing you can do. Takes his line as normal, bang, straight into the wheel, and that bends the suspension. Game over.
Here we go, look from above, and it was a bit of a snookering here because you got bang, contact into Lamansivu, and then we had all sorts of carnage over the jump as well. After that, and look at it, he was trying his best to get it going, but just couldn't. But then all of this started kicking off. Darnell, big contact with Pakala. Linus Broström was involved in all of that as well. Oh, just carnage further down.
And again, Broström, the big benefactor of a little bit of a dust-up. He got through all of that.
Well, let's go back to live pictures then, because it is Peltola who leads this one. Now, Oisi, he's not won a race. He's not run a main race here this season. He's currently leading this one for Havu Gaming. He's not the driver that Havu Gaming would have wanted to have had at the front of this field. Parise in second place, Quentin Dall'Olmo third ahead of Heiskanen and McFarlane. McFarlane actually took a shortcut there and is having to serve a slow down penalty. I think somebody must have got in the ear of Evan McFarlane and said, look, Evan, just stay out of trouble, just finish.
Yeah, stay well out of the way. He'll be aware of the situation. He'll know that Lamansivu is out and isn't going to score any big points. So, it's a little bit wide there for Connor Parise in the number 11 machine. Half race distance, yeah, and if you're Evan McFarlane, this is going to be a long 5 laps here, but just got to get it to the finish now. Nice and neat and tidy.
Oh, not neat and tidy, though. It's Quentin Dall'Olmo up over the curbs, and Santeri Heiskanen, you don't need to ask him twice to come through there. So up into the podium spots right now from Santeri Heiskanen. Well, we're going to have a really mixed up podium here compared to what we normally see in these RX Pro Championship races. But right now, Kieran Liflander could be an outsider for trying to move forward. He's yet to take his joker lap. There's Quentin Dall'Olmo. Oh, he's been a bit rough and ready, is Quentin. He's getting the shoulders out, and Evan McFarlane just takes up the scraps.
Yeah, Dall'Olmo not making himself popular in this race, definitely getting his elbows out. There's a bit of a... race leader off.
What on earth has happened to Oisi? Oh, now he's right behind Evan McFarlane. Now McFarlane makes contact with Dall'Olmo. Peltola goes through, and McFarlane backs out of that and says, "Whoa, yeah. I'm not getting involved, chaps."
Yeah, that was very interesting there from Evan McFarlane. Now, just gets it wrong on the curb there. Does Ozzy Peltola, but then McFarlane, I am sure of it, that McFarlane actually lifted out and let him go by to avoid any kind of problem.
I mean,
mostly here.
Yeah.
Oh, not the most delicate way of doing it, mind you, but
Yeah, he backed out then. After the contact, he backed out. And obviously is not the type of person who would have tried to have taken Evan out of the race or anything like that. I just think Evan, in self-preservation mode, has just gone, do you know what? I don't need this fight here.
No, that's the last thing he needs. He needs to be out of trouble, get it to the finish now. 3 laps to go. Conor Parise in the lead, looking like he's going to pick up his first win of the season now all of a sudden.
He's in Cloud Cuckoo land right now. There he is Conor, with the Subaru Works team colours as they go through the first couple of corners. Quentin Dall'Olmo being rather forceful in working his way forward, and obviously Peltola, it'd be good for him to work his way forward after that mistake once again. But now the one to look out for is Kieran Lifflander, and he's taken the Joker this lap. He's got to run now out of that corner. He's right behind Conor Parise, so it's a battle for the lead as we're going on to the final lap.
So Parise then, well, is he a surprise breakthrough winner? Well, we'll see. Lifflander's going to make him work for it, though, that's for sure. Lifflander, former winner, of course, this season in Knockhill. So, and he's getting closer, you know.
Yeah, he's putting the pressure on, but I don't think he's quite close enough. Linus Brostrom needs to take a Joker, so does Joni Paloniva, our race winner in the main race last time out at Charlotte Motor Speedway. But it's Parise ahead of Lifflander then as they go into the final couple of corners. It's been a championship finale to remember. Not necessarily for what we would have wanted to have seen, but Conor Parise, he doesn't care about that. He's going to be a race winner this season for the first time. It's the race win in RX Pro for Conor Parise, and it's going to be an RX Pro champion of Evan McFarlane.
Wow, that must have been a nervy 10 laps there for Evan McFarlane, but kept clean. And you got to spare a thought though for Larry Lamanceviu. What could he have done there? He could have done no more. On pole, won his heat, and then taken out on the first corner of the final. What a pity for him.
The donuts are coming now, and why wouldn't you if you're Conor Parise? That's a sensational result for Conor. Final race of the season, and what a way to get your first win, or main win of the season as well. Let's take a look then at your unofficial race results then from that final main race of the season. Conor Parise then wins that one ahead of Kieran Lifflander, with Quentin Dall'Olmo from France rounding out the top 3. Obviously Peltola, who led early on until a mistake, that puts him down to 4th place ahead of Santeri Heiskanen. Linus Brostrom, top 6, good result for him in that final main race of the season. Paloniva ahead of then, classified in 9th place, of Larry Lamanceviu, with Joshua Darnell in 10th. Fox and Pakala rounding out your 12 cars in this race. Right, well, first of all, we want to speak to our race winner, and then after that, we'll speak to our champion. But our race winner is standing by with Peter Mackay.
Conor, congratulations on a superb win there in the final, but gaining 5 spots. I bet there's a story there. Tell us about it.
Well, the story is better lucky than good. I survived turn 1, and then just a little bit of calamity in front of me, just kept it down the paint.
And in that scenario where you've got that lead and you know that there might be other drivers coming, how do you keep calm in those situations?
Just focusing on hitting my marks and, pushing, but, not pushing to hit a curb or anything to, throw the car off the track.
In those last couple of laps, Kieran Lifflander, who took his Joker fairly late, he was getting close towards the end. Were you feeling that pressure, or was it under control?
I was feeling the pressure a little bit. Just trying to maintain the gap and maintain the delta. I saw him in my mirror, but I figured if I could just, hit the apex and, get to the power early, I think I'd be good to go.
Well, Connor, it was a superb way to finish off the season. Congratulations on that win here at Atlanta. Well done.
Thanks, fellas.
So next up then, after speaking to our race winner, why don't we go one better and speak to our champion, Evan McFarlane, winner in RX Pro. Evan joins us now. How are you feeling?
I honestly have no clue, because it's been a roller coaster of emotions. Like, my wheel, my computer has been, just acting up all day, and the feature, I lost force feedback, and it's pushing all the way to the left and disconnecting in parts of the track, and then like in the heat race, had a bunch of freeze frames. So honestly, I'm just like, I feel so blessed, or just feel so lucky and thankful that I somehow managed to pull it off, just out of pure luck.
Well, I always say you make your own luck, but take us in through your thoughts going into that first corner. Ilari's got the whole shot, and then all of a sudden it all breaks loose. Tell us what was going through your mind at that moment, because you had a grandstand view of it.
Yeah, I was P5 starting. I was like, okay, well, Ilari's first. He's super fast. I'm just gonna try to work out. Just try not to die in the start. Try to work my way through the chaos. And I ran into Yoni there, got on his door, and I couldn't see anything. Then I look at my relative, and I didn't see Ilari. I was like, what? And then I hear my teammates are like, oh, Ilari's broke. And I was like, no way. And at that moment, I was like, okay, if I have a 2-point lead based off the heats and quali, and from last weekend I had 4 points, so it kind of worked out that 2 points. And I was like, okay, well, I just gotta try my best to finish the race. I just not getting involved in any business, not taking any risks, because ultimately the championship's more important than like a race win. So I was just really locked in on just trying to get out of people's way and just run my own race. And it was chaotic. Like I saw cars flying everywhere. Joker strategy was insane, but yeah, I'm just really thankful, really glad that we pulled it off.
That you did, Evan, in pretty stressful circumstances. Well done on the championship, and best of luck for the future.
Yeah, thank you. And of course, I gotta give all glory to God. So thankful for everything He's done, and I gotta thank Team Watson Racing for this amazing season. If you want some of my setups, twrsetups.com. And thank you guys for this broadcast, and thank you Racecraft for putting this on.
So, in any late championship fight like that, there are winners, and sometimes there are those who don't come out as lucky. Ilari, it was an amazing attempt to win the championship tonight with the pole position, with the heat win, but ultimately disappointment. Give us an idea of how you're feeling right now.
Very upsetting, of course. I really gave everything for this week, and it was possible to see through the speed, so really upsetting.
Give us your thoughts on the incident at turn 1 in the final, because you got the perfect getaway, but contact was made there. How do you read that incident?
Yeah, I just checked it a couple of times, so there was barely any break from Killian, so I hope there is not anything like paid or any money behind this. I really hope that, but that really looks so bad. I haven't seen such impact for a while.
And was it an instant failure to the car?
Yeah, it just broke down. I tried to drive after it, but it was possible to see that they really didn't move, and so it was over after that.
Well, Ilari, we appreciate you coming to chat to us in these circumstances. It was an amazing performance today, regardless of the result, and no doubt we'll see you back on top again for the future, and best of luck for the future.
Thank you very much.
Well, Paul, you can hear the emotion there, can't you, from Ilari Lamansevu? But before we have a look over that, let's speak to Kieran Liflander, who's... Kieran, you had a fairly eventful route to the final, going through the last chance qualifier and then gaining a ton of spots to come second. How do you feel?
It's not really what I thought was going to happen. I knew I know I have speed at most tracks, and this is a track that I've been working on personally on my own, you know, coming here testing a lot, and it's just the hot track is really where it gets me. I mean, I've got some pretty decent speed and Q and heat and like heat speed in the early morning time, but once we get to late morning or noon, it's a bit difficult. It's just, you know, it's also consistency, because you don't want to get to your head and be like, oh, I'm slower, I'm like a half a tenth slower, and then that gets to you, or it could get to you, and then you just kind of fall off in that sense. So, but no, we had a crazy fast KLR Subaru this afternoon, and I am very happy with the result. Good win for Parise. I was kind of stuck behind him, and then in the feature as well, me and Yoni had a bit of net code. I got a little damage there. I got to his inside going into the fishbowl, and we just made contact. Nothing was intentional. I tried to give him room, and then we just got. I didn't even look at the replay, but we just got absolutely stuck together. It was insane, and yeah, it didn't look real at all. So, but thankfully we got by that, and then we just stayed consistent. Me and Parise were hitting pretty similar times, like a quarter of a tenth to like about the same time every lap to each other. He took Joker early. I was like, let me just stay out. I know I'm faster than everybody up in front of me, and then yeah, it perfectly worked out in my favor. Maybe I should have taken Joker last lap. I mean, I was a bit faster than Parise last lap, and I got to him. But, you know, again, P2 finish, 3 races, top 5 is the worst finish that we had in the 3 rounds that I did compete in, well, excluding Daytona. But, yeah, I mean, overall, really great result for the team.
And a winner at Knockhill as well, which of course makes you a true legend of rallycross racing as well, Kieran. That's what everyone looks for. Thanks so much for coming in to chat to us, and well done on the top 2 finish today.
Appreciate it.
Well, we got time for one more chat tonight. A driver who certainly made his way through in style at points, Linus Broström. Linus, it seemed that every time you got in a big fight, you seemed to come out the other side. Tell us about your evening.
Yeah, what a way to end a miserable season. I've missed features due to slowdowns and crashes and penalties and whatnot, and finally it all just came together tonight. Third in the heat after a crash in the start that I somehow made my way through. And then in the feature, you know, I was at the back again, backed off at the beginning, hoping for a crash, and there it was. And I was in it, but somehow I got through it anyway and just kept plodding along at the back, waiting for the last lap for the Joker, and got out ahead of some people and finished 6th. So my best result of the season in my only feature of the season. So great way to end it, definitely.
It certainly was. I think it would be a good idea now to put down the headset and get out to the shop to buy a lottery ticket, because you always seem to come out of those 50-50s really well. Well done on your best result of the season, Linus, and thanks for coming in to have a quick chat with us.
Thank you.
Wow, there we go then. What a way to finish off the season here, Peter. I mean, you were just here for one event, but my goodness, what a one event it was.
Oh, I've just come in for the glory, haven't I? Yeah, I've just come in to just see what it's all about, and it's absolutely fantastic. And your point about this being the World Championship level of rallycross racing, you can see that loud and clear. These drivers are the absolute peak of the rallycross competitors on iRacing, and I hope that in future, you know, that the series continues to grow, because these guys, they're the very top of the top.
Well, provisionally, it is a 4-point gap in the end of today's results for Evan McFarlane, who wins the RX Pro Championship over Ilari Lemintivu. Joni Paloniva is the one who finishes in 3rd place then in Pro, ahead of Beau Albert, Jacob Rafos, Oisi Peltola, Kieran Liflander, Quentin Dall'Olmo, Josh Fox, and Zach Blanche rounding out the top 10 of the championship. It has been a tremendous season throughout the year. Thank you very much for joining us here on the broadcast. It has certainly been a pleasure to have you all along here today. Of course, a big thanks to our whole broadcast crew, Ewan O'Leary, Nathan Richards, and of course Peter Mackay here today as well. I've been Paul Smith. Hugo Luis has been our producer behind the scenes giving you all the footage, and this has been a RaceSpot TV broadcast of the Next Level Racing iRX Championship. Congratulations to our two champions of Klaus Kreutzer and Evan McFarlane, and we'll see you again sometime soon. Until then, take care. Bye-bye.